Uh, Good morning, colleagues. Good morning, everyone. This is our lecture on uh, computer security. This is the 10th unit, which we are going to cover. So let's pay attention and see what we are going to get from here. Thank you. Now, the question to start with is that why do we need security? Okay, need for security. The definite answer to this is basically that we need security for protection. In this case, or in this context, we are talking about data protection. Okay, protection of vital information, vital data that if not protected and it ends up landing in the hands of unscrupulous people, then we are likely to suffer damage and so forth. That is why, in a nutshell, the aspect of protection are needed. So you talk about protection, you also talk about identity theft. Okay, for instance, here we are seeing on this tag, on this picture, where I'm saying, talk about identity theft. Laura has stolen my lock, my hairstyle, my shoes, and my boyfriend as well. Okay, somebody has stolen this. Okay, of course, when you talk about information security, quite a lot is involved, and that is what we are going to cover today in this unit. So, computer security normally focuses on the security attacks, okay, security mechanism, and security services. Three things. Okay, so computer security focuses on three things. We have security attacks, okay, then security mechanism, and security services. Now, when you talk about security attacks, you are saying these are the reasons for the breach of security. Okay, these are the reasons for the breach of security. So when you are attacked, indeed, there is a breach in security. Okay, there is a breach in security. So security attacks comprises of all actions that breaches the computer security. Okay, it consists, or it comprises of all actions that breaches the aspect of computer security. So if you steal something, you steal your friend's login details, you steal your friend's identity, you steal your friend's anything, anything that may come up, that is not yours. Of course, you steal that with evil intention, then you are perpetrating a security attack. Okay, that's security attack. Now, security mechanism are the tools that include the algorithms, protocols, or devices that are designed to detect, prevent, and or recover from security attacks. Okay, so those are security mechanisms. Okay, they are tools. Don't forget, don't confuse the two. Security attacks comprises of all actions. Okay, it comprises of all action that breaches the computer security. Any action that breaches or attempt to compromise, in short, to compromise the computer security, that is a security attack. That's a security attack. While a security mechanism is a tool that include the algorithms, protocols, or devices that are designed, okay, to detect, prevent, or recover from a security attack. So these are the three things: detect, prevent, or recover from security attack. Okay, that's security mechanism. Now, what are the components of security? We also have security services. Okay, security services are the services that are provided by a system for a specific kind of protection to the system resource or resources. Okay, so these are basically services. Those are security services are um, services that provide by a system for a specific kind of protection. Now, security threats and security attacks. Let's look at these in detail. When we talk about security threat as well as security attack, a threat, a threat is a potential violation of security and causes harm. A threat is a potential violation of security and this causes harm. A threat can be a malicious program or a natural disaster or a thief. Okay? So you steal something from somebody or you have these intentions to steal someone's information, to steal someone's credit card, to steal someone's login details, passwords, and so on, you are a threat. Okay, you are a threat. Okay, because you are trying to violate the security of a particular individual. Okay, and once you succeed in violating this security, this will cause harm to this person. Okay, this will cause harm to this person. So a threat can be a malicious software. This can be a software that has been developed with evil intention or with ill intention. This is what you are calling a malicious software. Okay, okay, a software that has been developed with evil intention to cause harm. Okay, then this is a malicious software, which is a threat. Okay, it is a threat. Now, a natural disaster, it can also be a natural disaster, more a calamity, whereby maybe uh, something happens. You have information on the flash, and yet you make a mistake, and this flash falls in water. Okay, or you get soaked by the rains, and then this information on your laptop and so forth gets soaked as well. So that is a natural disaster. It's a threat also. Okay. Now, vulnerability is a weakness of a system that is left unprotected. So systems that are vulnerable are exposed to threat. Okay. So this is a system that is a system that is weak in terms of the protection, in terms of the security mechanism that are in place, is said to be vulnerable. Vulnerable in what sense? Because whenever the attackers or whenever it is exposed to threat, it can easily be compromised. Okay, so vulnerability, in short, is basically a weakness in the system. Okay, So a threat is a possible danger that might exploit vulnerability. So a threat now, in this case, we are saying looks for weaknesses in the system. Okay, it looks for these weaknesses in the system, and then if it exploits this weakness, it launches an attack. Okay, so the action that causes it to occur are the security attacks. Okay, so once the weakness has been exploited, then it one can now launch an attack. That's what we are saying. So a threat is basically a danger. Okay, let's look at the natural attack. Natural attack or attacks that occurs due to natural phenomenon. So a security attack may be passive attack or an active attack. So a security attack may be passive or active. That is it, the security attack. So now the aim of a passive attack is to get information from the system, but it does not affect the system resources. It being passive in a sense that you are just exploiting the weakness. And once you gain access to this information, you don't do anything silly to disturb the resources or to disturb the resources or the information. While the passive attack is similar to eavesdropping, once you get hold of this information, you tamper with it, and you tamper with it to cause harm. Okay, so that is the difference between the two, passive and active. Passive attack, you get information but you don't do anything to the resources. Whereas when it comes to an active attack, this one tries to alter the system resources or affect its operation. Okay, so active attacks modifies the data or create a false data. It modifies this data, create false information so that it appears as if it has come from an authentic place or an authentic source, but meanwhile it's a tempered information. So security attacks can be users, can be on users, can be on computers, hardware or software. That's security attacks. Okay, malicious software. So malicious users use different methods to break into the system. Remember, malicious software is a software that is created to cause harm, or a software that is created with evil intention to disturb the way the resources of the computer are kept, or to disturb the protection that is put on the resources. That's malicious software. Okay, so what we are saying is that malicious users, people with evil intention, uses different methods to break into the system. So the software that is intentionally included into a system with the intention to harm the system is called a malicious software. Okay, so this is the software that is intentionally included in the system with the intention to harm the system. Malicious software. We have example viruses, Trojan horse, and worms. These are examples of malicious software. Okay, viruses, Trojan horse, these are and worms are examples of malicious software. We also have what we call JavaScript and Java applet, written with the purpose of attacking, and are also malicious program. So in short, what we are saying is that besides the viruses, the Trojan horse, and the worms, We also have JavaScript as well as Java applets. Hacking. We've heard so much about hacking. What is it? Hacking? Hacking is the act of intruding into someone else's computer or network. You intrude into someone's house computer or network. Then it means you are hacking. Okay, you are hacking. When you're intruding into someone's computer or network, you are hacking. So a hacker is someone who does a hacking. Who does hacking? And the hacking may result in what we call denial of service attack. Okay? Hacking may result in what we call denial of service attack, whereby a service that you normally receive, okay, but you are denied of that service. You want to use to make use of that service, but it's no longer available because this person who has the evil intention has just made it unavailable. That is DOS, or denial of service. So the denial of service attack prevent authorized users from accessing the resources of the computer. Okay? You are authorized to use a particular resource, but you can't use it because that service has not been made, has been, compromised, and you cannot go ahead to access it. Okay? So hacking is aimed at making the computer resources unusable or unavailable to its intended users. So this computer system is just made unavailable or unusable. Okay, so it targets computers and its network connections to prevent the users from accessing emails, websites, online accounts such as banking, or other services that rely on the affected computer. So these are made unavailable. These are made unavailable. Hacking, packet sniffing is an example of this action. So the data and the address information are sent as packets over the internet. Okay, so whenever we send the data, this data is sent as packet. It is packaged, okay, for transmission. Just like we are sending in the olden days, you want to send information to somebody, you use an envelope to do so. Even in this case, it's the same. So the packet may contain data like the username or password, email messages, files, and so on. So now, packet sniffing programs are used to intercept the packet while they are being transmitted from the source to destination. So this packet sniffing, it sniffs whereby it is able to intercept communication between two people. It intercepts this communication, and after intercepting this communication, what does it do? It's this person even does compromise the same information. Okay, then it becomes a problem. So once intercepted, the data in the packet is captured and recorded. Okay, generally, packet sniffers are interested in packets carrying the username and the password. Okay, packet sniffers attacks normally go undetected. In most cases, you find that they go undetected without you knowing that your details are being captured. Then we also have what we call password cracking. Cracking of password is used by hackers to gain access to a system. Okay, because we know that the password is generally stored in the system in an encrypted form, so the hacker can get the logs and everything and scan through until they get to understand the the information, the user login details that are being shared. So unlike utilities like password cracker is used to crack the encrypted password. As long as they gain this illegal access to the encrypted password, they can decrypt that password. Okay, so password cracker is an application that tries to obtain a password by repeatedly generating and comparing encrypted passwords, or by authenticating multiple times to an authentication source. So you just keep on trying. Okay, that's the password cracker. Then you have email hacking. The email transmitted over the network contains what we call the email header as well as the content. That is for the email. Now, if this header and the content are sent without encryption, okay, if they are sent without encryption, they may read or alter the messages in transit. If they are not encrypted, the message can be altered in transit. So hackers may also change the header to modify the sender's name or redirect the message to some other users. Okay? Then hackers use what we call packet replay to retransmit message packets over the network. So when a network is down, you send the packet. This packet can be delayed along the transit, and this may cause the packet to be retransmitted again when the network is up and running. So packet replay may cause serious security threat to programs that require authentication sequences. So a hacker may replay the packet containing authentication data to gain access to this information. So this is another aspect that a hacker can make use of. So this marks the end of part A, or part one of the security unit. In our next part, we are going to look at the security services. We'll look at the security services.